I want to ask the YouTube audience a question tonight. What does humble really mean? Is being humble a curse or a blessing? I see people out here not being humble and God still, I guess, favors them. I'm struggling because everybody has a story. But when I see certain people make it and others don't, I question the fact that is being humble a curse? Over the years, I knew my talents. I knew how talented I was, even as a drummer. But I remained humble. And I guess that was my downfall, because when I look back and I see that, when I started playing drums back in the 70s, yes, back in the 70s, don't I look great? Look at that. Look at them cheekbones, pretty as could be. Them dimples. All right, let me stop. But anyway, when I started playing in the 70s, there was no internet. Let me just make that clear. So now when you see a 3 or 4-year-old playing, it's just spectacular. And it is, but like I said, some of these people that's making it now wasn't even born when my life was torn. And people are doing stories on their life. People are doing documentaries. I'm writing a book right now about my childhood bullying. And do you know, up until this point, I could not write about it or talk about it without shedding a tear. Do you know how hard it is to write this book? The pain that I've been through. I'm surprised, through my books, I hope somebody wakes up and say, hey, listen, I can't believe some of the stuff this individual has been through, and nobody has talked about it. Nobody has taken an interest in such a... I don't want to talk about myself and boast. I think I got some real talent, some raw talent, and I've been that way for years, but like, young people listen to me, and the ones that, I can't speak like the ones who have made it. I went through life trying to do everything. I was a drummer. That didn't materialize like I wanted it to. But I did, I was able to share my gifts with the church. But that's about as far as it went. Sure, I wanted to play for other people and do lots of amazing things back in the day. When I was 16, I always wanted to play for the Winans. All I did was eat, sleep, think, dream, and sing their music when I was a teenager. I didn't need no Kirk Franklins or nothing like that to spice up the desire for the Lord. I didn't need nobody jumping around. The Winans, the 4 Winans, Marvin, Carvin, Ronald, and Michael, I believe it is. I didn't need nobody jumping across the stage. Their songs hit home. Their songs spoke to the heart and still speak. Them songs that were made way back in the 80s, they still resonate in my spirit. But I don't know what it is. I feel like I'm missing all the marks in life. Like, I feel like even though I'm a writer now, it's like, okay, I was always a writer and just didn't realize it. I was I was in 3rd grade when I wrote my first poem. I remember the poem, okay? It never left me. As corny as it was, I still remember the poem. But at that time, the desire and the writing skills didn't kick in. I was still drumming, and I thank God for Mr. Duke Ellington. Well, Mr. Duke Ellington's cousin, Mr. Ellington, used to work at my school, and that's the first person that saw my talent, and that's the first person that really ever encouraged me to play and to develop my skill set. And I did that. I played through the church my whole life. Different churches as I got older. I'm like, you know what? I got to get back into playing, or else, like, I had a bad dream one night that my sticks diminished and they melted away to nothing. And I called a friend of mine. I'm like, look, man, I got to play at a church or do something. I got to get my skills back up, because if I don't, that dream told me I'm going to lose that gift. And so I did. I went back and started playing for a church and hoping that, I can get back in the swing of things. And I did for a while, but then, I hate to go down this path, but be careful about how pastors build you up and then they slam you on your back like you're a piece of crap. They build you up. I thank God for the opportunity to share my talent, but sometimes, this is why people have church hurt, and I've been through that already. I don't need nobody at this time of my life. Like, this pastor didn't even know some of the stuff I had been through, and I don't even think he really cares, because the way he behaved, I don't even want to get into that. But anyway, I remain humble. I remain humble through that whole process. And I'm saying, this is why I'm having this discussion now. But what did it do? Where did it get me? I'm trying to figure out why I'm still sitting.